Hello and welcome to Effective Practices Course Organization, organizing your Canvas course piece by piece. The first question to ask yourself is, how is the course organized? When creating or reviewing your online or hybrid course each semester, ensure you include a welcoming homepage, a nice place for students to first land within your course and welcome them to the semester. You should include instructions for orientation or navigation within the course. So be clear with students how you would like them to navigate. If you have an orientation or a syllabus module, how should they access it and where should they start? You can give this instructions, either text or even a welcome video on your homepage. Your course should have clear navigation, for example, Canvas modules, pages with hyperlinks, and so forth. The more clear and the easier your students can navigate from page to page or resource to resource, the more successful your students will be. Ensure you have weekly overview or instruction or introduction page. For example, that first page within your module that introduces the week subjects and main assignments. Ensure that your content is presented in a sequentially organized chunks. So putting your modules into weekly modules or learning units, where then within each module, information is chunked and is in a logical sequence from page to page. So as students are clicking the next button, the material is in a logical order for them to understand the material. Lastly, making sure that your learning objectives are listed within the course materials. This is the best way to not only give students the why am I doing this behind your assignment, but also ensures that your assignments are connecting directly to those learning objectives in order for students to master those course learning outcomes. So let's break this down a little bit. So how do students know where to begin? So whether this is in text or video format, your instruction should be easily accessible for students beginning your course, and it should be clear from the homepage where students should go next. So think about the following questions. Do you have clear instructions on where to begin and what to complete first? Do you have an orientation or syllabus module? And are the directions on how to access that module easy for students to understand? Do you tell your students how you would like them to navigate the course? And is it clear how students should access the course material? Even though it may seem obvious to you, it may be really helpful for your students to not only navigate your course, but understand where to go next. And to be understanding of the fact that every instructor may be giving different directions on how to navigate the course material and how they're asking students to access that material. So be clear in order to give your students the best chance for success. The next section here is the content presented in sequentially organized chunks? So your modules could be organized, whether that is weekly modules or subject modules. Does your course material follow a logical flow of chunked information? So within each module, there should be a weekly overview or introduction page at the very beginning that gives a brief overview or introduction to the week's topics. Should be including content pages with that subject's information, perhaps some formative assessments, which could be assignments or homework assignments or practice activities for students to learn the material and show the learning process. And then depending on the section of your course, it may also be appropriate to include summative assessments, which is the end learning goals. Did they meet those learning objectives? Typically, these are quizzes, exams, projects, or some other way to show that they've mastered that concept and you're ready to move on. This pattern may be repeated within one module. Again, chunking that material, that one specific or a subcategory within the main subject, and chunking those into parts within your module. Learning objectives should be listed within the course material to give students the why behind their learning. So some key takeaways. From the homepage, it should be clear for students how to navigate the course. The course should be organized into modules that follow a logical flow of information and assessments. Course content is chunked into sections within your modules. And the module should include an overview or introduction page at the beginning, as well as a wrap-up or summary page at the very end. Thank you for joining us.